This is a short video about some of the aspects of C2a, the structure of the Earth. It isn't easy for scientists to study the structure of the Earth because the crust is too thick to drill through, so instead they have to use information from earthquakes and man-made explosions to know what's inside. Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned something about the structure of the Earth, the theory of continental drift, and Alfred Wegener. Good luck. When studying the structure of the Earth in this chemistry section, we're mainly interested in the lithosphere and the mantle. Both are labelled to the right of this diagram. The mantle is the region between the crust and the core. Closer to the crust, it's colder and rigid, but as we get closer to the core, it becomes warmer, non-rigid, and this allows it to move. The lithosphere is the relatively cold and rigid outer part of the Earth's structure. It's made up of the crust and the top part of the mantle. The lithosphere mainly consists of the tectonic plates. The tectonic plates are less dense than the mantle below, and so they float on top. Due to the heat from the core, there are convection currents in the semi-rigid mantle. This means that the tectonic plates are able to move very, very slowly. The movement of the tectonic plates can lead to something called subduction. An oceanic tectonic plate, that is one with an ocean above it, is more dense than a continental tectonic plate. That means when they collide, the oceanic plate will move underneath the continental one. When the oceanic plate goes underneath the continental one, it will melt. This is what helps to cause the volcanoes. We didn't always believe that the Earth was split into tectonic plates. Alfred Wegener came up with the idea of continental drift theory in 1914, but it wasn't accepted by the scientific community straight away. Alfred Wegener noticed that the continents looked like they could fit together like in a jigsaw puzzle, but also that there were common fossil records between these different continents separated by oceans. This is why he thought that they'd moved apart from each other during the history of the Earth. However, it wasn't until after Alfred Wegener's death that his theory was really accepted. It wasn't until scientists discovered seafloor spreading by realising that there were symmetrical patterns in the magnetic fields of rocks in the mid-Atlantic that they realised that continental drift may be an accurate theory. Continental drift is now accepted as an accurate theory. This is because it explains all the evidence, and it has been tested and discussed by a large range of scientists.